my God.
Let's go.
Willie Ware, not just for you, for all people.
What you say?
Can you see me clear?
Yeah, I can see you good, brother. Looking
Perfect.
good too, looking sharp.
Brothers, thank you. You too, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you. Yo, welcome to another episode of Connected Dots. I'm your host, Lou Icewater, aka Duquan Hicks, and my special guest right here. Yo, this man needs no introduction. This is the man, King Sheriff Malachi. What's good, my dude?
I think King Malachi in the building. What's happening? What's popping? What we doing, baby?
Hey, what's popping with you?
Man,
How's life? How's life been treating you?
life is absolutely amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? Even when life ain't absolutely amazing, what we do, because we God beings, we gotta speak it into the universe and manifest it. You feel me? So we gotta speak it and put it out there. Yeah.
I feel you. I feel you, man, King. I feel you. So first of all, man, I want to know, how did you get your name, King Malachi? How'd that come about, my dude?
Out of the newspaper in Atlanta, the Atlanta named me that. So
Okay.
one day I was reading the Creative Loafing, and they called me King Malachi because I was just going by Malachi. And so what
Right.
happened was they called me King Malachi, mayor of the Atlanta Underground Showcase scene. This like some
Wow.
years ago. And so a
Okay.
few different people was coming into my market named Malachi. And so to
Right.
separate myself from them, I just took what they was using in the newspaper and went with that to separate myself from other guys who was coming in the market named Malachi.
Wow. That's dope. That
Yeah.
is dope. So speaking on that, humble beginnings, man. Tell me where you from originally and humble beginnings. What got you? You know, what's the humble? I want to know your start, man. For real.
I mean, that's vast, you know. I was raised in Orangeburg, South Carolina. You know, I was raised from love. Summertimes I'd be in Marion, South Carolina, where my mom originally from, on the farm. I'm the first
Right.
grandchild of a 250-acre property of the Williams family in South Carolina in the St. James community in Marion. And
Right.
so, you know, I grew up driving John Deere tractors, you know, wearing fishing boots, you know what I'm saying, going fishing, freshwater fishing, bass fishing, brim fishing, fishing for eels in the nighttime, you know what I'm saying, with the glass soda bottles filled with kerosene with a sock stopped in the top of it for a lamp in the nighttime, fishing in the river.
Wow.
My tobacco, picking tobacco, you know, just helping out around the farm and watching family principles. I come from a very praying family, a large family. My immediate family produced a few millionaires.
Mm.
One of my uncles, Armstrong Williams, he probably owned like the most television stations, etc., for a black man in the country. My
Wow.
uncle, one of my uncles out of that household is a senator in South Carolina. He's been a senator in that region from Florence to Myrtle Beach, that district, probably for the past 20 years. My uncle, Bruce Williams, like he's probably like he probably has like the biggest grave digging company in that region. So he's become a self-made millionaire from, you know, just having a lot of contracts in that area for years and years and years of digging graves, etc. So, you know, I come from all of that. Yeah. Big real estate. Um, come from a singing group in Orangeburg. I was the leader of the group as far as the heart, not the heart, but the brainchild of the group. My partner Trav was the heart of the group. So if we
Right.
were the Temptations, I would have been Otis and my Trav. This is the funny thing. Trav
Okay.
had the heart of Blue. So he would have been Blue in the Temptations, and but he was Blue with the voice of a David Ruffin, right? And so
Wow.
yeah, so he was Blue with the voice of a David Ruffin, and I was Otis, but the
Right.
background singer at the time who became a David Ruffin over
Wow. Get
time.
out of here.
Yeah. Yeah, over years of developing and practicing, and a great lead singer was in me. My mom was the leader of the church choir, etc. But it just took time to develop, and I'm glad that I developed the way I did because some people can sing great lead, but they can't sing in the background. They can't harmonize well. Some people can sing in the background really well, but they can't sing the lead. And so I've been built to do both now. Yeah,
Okay.
so I'm thankful. I used to when your brother used to, I remember when your brother first, Shakim, first came to
Mhm.
college, and he was
Right.
staying in Loman Hall. My mom worked next door in Wilkinson Hall for
Right.
like 30 something years in financial aid.
Mhm.
So I literally grew up on South Carolina State University where your brother went to school. I remember when your brother was a freshman.
Mhm.
I remember when he would then it's crazy because he was staying off campus after that
Right. I remember that.
on the backside on the backside of South Campus on Glover Street. And I
Right.
stayed the house I originally grew up in was directly across the street on the corner
Wow.
of Glover and Doyle. So it's crazy. I used to go stop through there, see Shakim rehearsing and practicing and all that every now and again. Yeah, yeah, for real.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
So it's like
crazy,
it's
man.
amazing to see all the things that your brother has done in the
Mhm.
game, and we all went out there and shot for it pretty much at the same time. Around '92, that's when I left home. Because what happened was I got kicked out of school for 2 years in a row. First year I got
Wow.
kicked out for stabbing a dude, and then the
Mhm.
second year I got kicked out for drugs. And so I was going to a GED program at
Mhm.
um at Tech, at
Right.
OC Tech in Orangeburg, right? And so what
Mhm.
happened was when Puff gave us the phone call, I dropped out and never looked back. And so it's like I've been on that music journey, been with, I was there when 112 was starting out. I was there
Mhm.
when Puffy didn't even have an office yet. We first sang for Puffy when he still was working for Andre Harrell at Uptown MCA.
Get
So
out of here.
I
Right.
come from so I come from the genesis of Bad Boy when P Diddy was starting it, and me and 112, my group Finesse, we actually was in a secret battle for that deal. We actually won the deal, but we didn't take the deal because at that time Puffy wanted 50% of our merchandising and the publishing, and I
Mm.
was like, nah, we're not gonna do it.
Right.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? But the reality is, even though dudes be over there crying and complaining at Bad Boy,
Mhm.
Jada Kiss and them still millionaires. 112
Exactly.
and
There
them,
you go.
they still ran it up. You know what's interesting, right? I was at the
Mhm.
50th anniversary of hip hop in the Bronx about three
Right.
years ago, right? And I was
Uh-huh.
on stage with KRS One of them. And so
Right.
it's like Melly Mel and everybody, Curtis Blow, everybody was there. All of them was performing nice and smooth. Everybody was there. And
Mhm.
so, how everybody be crying and complaining about how the rappers got jerked back in the
Right.
day in their earlier careers, right?
Mhm.
And so I was so geeked up and inspired by the show and just being in the energy of the genesis of hip hop that when I went home, I went and Googled all of them. Yo,
Wow.
all of them is millionaires.
See? It's
So
crazy, right?
so think about it, right?
Right.
This is and just the thought of this, right? If I
Mhm.
knew what I know now,
Right.
and before and at that time, Puffin and wasn't giving a 360 deal. They was taking 50% of the merchandise and the publishing. But the
Mhm.
reality is they were taking a big risk because we just had talent, but it wasn't
Right.
like we was a force in the marketplace, right? So
Mhm.
really,
Mhm.
they're giving you a $500,000, $250,000, $500,000 to do your deal. they're taking a risk. They might not make that money back. People might not even like y'all. Y'all can sing, but that don't mean that you're gonna stick in the marketplace. If I knew what I knew now, and if they wasn't doing 360 deals like they do now. 360 deal, it means that they're eating off you on every aspect of everything you got going on. So the shows, everything they taking a piece of. But back then they weren't.
Right.
If I would have took that deal knowing what I know now, I would have took the deal and I would have still been a millionaire. You got to realize, if they got us to 5 million records sold, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was still going to be rich off the shows.
Wow.
I'm talking about if I didn't see one dime of publishing, if I didn't see one dime of the mechanical royalties off the sales of the project, I still, because you got to think, if you multi-platinum artist, right? You're still doing 150K a show. You're doing $250,000 shows. You're doing $50,000 shows, and you're doing that 4 and 5 times a night times 6 months. I would have rounded it up.
That's
Then I would have still been writing for other people. I would have still been getting in movies. You know what I'm saying? I would have found a way to finesse it because I'm a hustler. But at that time, I was a kid and I didn't know business like I understand business now.
So who did you write for?
Well, I've written for Naughty by Nature on their Nature's Fury album. I did 3 of the choruses. Yeah, and out of 3 of the records that I wrote choruses for, 2 of them were singles. One of them had Master P. It's called Live or Die. One of them had Master P, Silk the Shocker, and Mystical on it. We shot the video in Hollywood and Universal Studios, and in Universal Studios, and we also did a song called Holiday. Now, this is when I learned a valuable lesson about publishing, because at that time, you know, we were some starving artists living in New York. We from South Carolina, you know, up there broke as hell. And Tretch really got us. We staying in Harlem in a studio apartment. So my whole group was staying in this 1-room studio apartment, sharing a bathroom and a kitchen inside the room with us, right? So we was staying for a few months with no lights on in there. So, you know, Tretch got us off the floor. So he bought us futons and a little bit of furniture. And Vinny came and gave us like a whole bunch of like Naughty by Nature was one of the first rap groups that was really having their own merchandise as far as clothing. Right? So before Wu-Tang and them, it was Naughty by Nature and them, right? And so they came and gave us like a whole trunk full of clothes. So we had gear on now. We got some beds to sleep in, you feel me? So what happened was, when they recorded the album, they used so many samples on the album that Tretch was like, you know, he asked if I could sell the publishing because they really wasn't making a lot of bread because they was using so many other people's music on the album, sampling, right? And so I sold it for like the 3 choruses I did. I sold the publishing. They gave me $10,000, right? Now, okay, as kids at that time, the $10,000 seemed like something. And then the album really didn't do well. The album didn't do well because they was in between a label divorce. So they was on Tommy Boy and going to this other label. And so Tommy Boy didn't really push it like they could have because they was going somewhere else, right? So I was on the album where they was on the fence. So the album didn't do all of that. So at the time, it seemed like I won, right? I'm like, well, shit, I got my money, boom, 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 boom. And this is where I learned a valuable lesson about publishing. So probably about 5, 6, 7 years from that point, a Christmas movie came out with the song I wrote the chorus to in an international Christmas movie. I didn't get a dime.
Wow. Are you serious?
I mean, I sold the rights. Being a stupid kid. You feel me? And but you know what? Sometimes in business, the best lessons are the lessons you literally pay for. So I understand now that in it to equate this or make it parallel to a regular person working a job, artist publishing is their life insurance. Bro, you can write a song and be a crackhead. If you didn't sell the publishing, or if you did sell a piece, but you still got the dominant, stake in the publish. Say somebody bought a piece of your publishing for 25%.
Right.
Say half the publishing, you still got half the publishing. And Whitney Houston came out, sang the record. Drake used a piece of your record, and it went platinum worldwide. You back.
That's right.
You back. You back. You could be homeless. Somebody do your song over and it go platinum and get up out of here and you back. It get put in a movie, any of that. You back. So you never give up all your rights to any publishing ever as an artist.
So let me ask you a question. Since you've been in the music industry, what has surprised you since you've been in the music industry? And I'm gonna give you another question on top of that. Since you rap as well, and I love how you rap as well. What is your first love, MCing or R&B?
Well, I love them both, but rapping ain't as lucrative right now. It's too many people think they can rap. So anytime everybody can do something, it's just like this, real simple. Gold wouldn't be worth nothing if we all had it in our backyard.
True.
You wouldn't be able to sell it. You'd have to go to another market, someplace else in the world where they can't get gold, and then it'd be worth something. But right now, rapping, everybody and their mama, the manager rap, the CEO rap, the background dancer rap, but everybody don't sing.
That's true.
So it's smarter for nowadays. The sad part about the music industry is that everybody wants to be a star now. When I was doing it initially, because I have a talent for it and I have a passion for it, everybody didn't think that they could be a star. Everybody didn't even know how to get in the studio. Like, goddamn, where is the studio?
That's true.
Like, where's the studio? How did you got a demo? How you did that? So
That's true.
It made the value of a record way high. So now, when you can't even find how to get in the studio, Dr. Dre can sell the beat for $100,000. So $10,000 is a cheap track. All right, go try to charge somebody $10,000 for the track now. We have so much access on YouTube and all these different ways to even make tracks or get access to them that they're not going to pay that. They're just going to go figure it out themselves. Too many people who got them. Hot tracks at that.
That's true.
One day I was at McDonald's years ago, and I saw a dude making a beat in line while we was waiting on the burger. I said, it's over. It's over.
I feel you. That's crazy.
He's making a beat while we waiting on a burger.
Damn.
So it's like, so now the fact that everybody can participate has driven just not only that, another thing that killed the game, right? Is social media. Because now not only everybody wants to be a star as far as making an attempt and able to shoot their shot because they can record on their phone, they got a home studio, they're inexpensive. So you can come home from work. Everybody got at least one song.
That's true. That's true.
And on top of that, you can upload it to DistroKid, et cetera, et cetera. So now you got millions and millions and millions of people uploading. So now you got all this traffic. Look at the old game used to be like this. Look at this like a funnel that you're trying to put oil in the top of this to put the oil into your carburetor in the car, right? Back in the day, it wasn't a lot of people as oil trying to get through the funnel. Now the funnel is jammed because everybody trying to get through this little funnel.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like the music industry right now is like a super duper traffic jam on the highway. So now you got to be clever. You got to goddamn have a helicopter come, throw a rope, lift you up out the car so that because the destination, getting to the end of the road, that's where success lies. So if you don't have some type of strategy to catapult you further, you're gonna just be sitting in that traffic jam, looking crazy, wasting a lot of gas, a lot of money and time. So that's the game right there in a nutshell, bro. Like for real, for real. That's where we at right now.
Wow.
I would hate to be an artist starting from scratch right now.
Yo, man. So how many albums have you released? And what is your favorite album?
I don't have a favorite album.
Right.
All of the albums speak and represent my soul for different eras of who I've been over the years. Right. So I might hear an album, I'm like, I don't even curse like that no more.
True.
I don't even talk about sex in my music like that no more. Okay, right there, I was on my God body. Right there, I was, on my country vibe. Right there, I was, living in New York in the project. Right there, I was in Orangeburg, South Carolina. You feel me? And it's all different expressions. And see, the thing about me is I'm a very different person because I've not visited. I've lived so many places. When I say live, I got and received mail.
Right. Exactly.
There's a difference between visiting New York and living in New York. It's people in Brooklyn never really been to Harlem. It's people in Harlem who never been in housing. It's people in Queens, never been way up to the Bronx. It's people in the Bronx, never been to New Jersey. I done lived from on the farm to small town to New York, Jersey, Connecticut. I stayed in Harlem. I stayed in Brooklyn. I stayed in the Bronx. Stop playing with me. Like, don't play with me right now. Like, I'm talking about, I did New York harder than from New York, and I ain't from New York. I might get up. It's like, this the crazy thing. When you're not from New York, you really take advantage of New York. Because when you coming from a little town like where I'm from, something as simple as being bored at the house, and I'm living in the Bronx. I'm staying on the Bronx on 167 between Grant and McLennan in the South Bronx. I might walk up. Yeah, I might walk and catch the D train up to Sheridan, right? Grand Concourse, right? And I might just get on the A train and just ride the A train all the way to Far Rockaway, go under the turnstile thing, get on the other side and go all the way back. But it's going to take 2 hours or something, right? But by the time I get back, I'd have had a little adventure real quick. And to somebody from Orangeburg, South Carolina, you know how much stuff I'm about to see. So it's like I don't take no place outside of where I'm from for granted. That's why I'm glad I'm from where it's slow. You get a ticket for driving over 35 miles per hour. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
You feel me? So it's like it took me to live and travel to realize that South Carolina don't have no metropolis. There is no, you got a big town, you have a few big towns, but there is no Atlanta in all of South Carolina. There is no Philadelphia. There's no Miami. There's none of that. There's no Boston. There's no New York City. There's no Chicago, Houston. There's no LA. There's no Sacramento. None of that in South Carolina, period.
Right.
So South Carolina is comprised of a big landmass full of small towns, and like Columbia, Charleston, they like a bigger small town in the grand scheme. Like our big town would be like the side of a town in a metropolis.
Right, exactly. I feel you on that. I feel you on that. Wow, that's crazy, man. So tell me, man, how do you feel about today's social climate? What's going on in the world today, man? A lot of stuff going on. How do you feel about that, man?
That's a vast question. Are you talking about our people? Or are you talking about globally at large?
It could be anything. How do you feel? What's your temperature right now? What's your temperature, man?
Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I'm gonna focus on our people. I'm gonna compartmentalize this because the world is so big and vast. So I'm a target us. What I'd like to say when it comes to us is, man, I just want to see us get our family structure back, man, because the family structure is so powerful that all major business, proper etiquette, how you handle yourself, customer service, all of that stuff. You can tell right now that we're not being raised right. That's why we don't have the best customer service when you go into these various businesses, when people don't know how to talk to you, this, that, and the third. But I would say 60 years ago when Martin Luther King and all of them around and more fathers were still home and you walk into a business, people going to say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir. You know, how you doing today? They're going to be more concerned about you. We were more loving people. So now that, and it's like, this is the crazy thing. It really hit when I just moved back. I'm in Atlanta now, but I was staying in Marcy Projects for the past 3 years. So I was staying on Nostrand and Flushing. And so Flushing, the street where I was at Marcy, is a divide. That street divides pretty much black folk from the white Jewish community directly across the street. And it's crazy because our side got the projects, and over there you see all these different, you know, when they got the lights on at nighttime, you see all these chandeliers and all that. And you get a chance to, I saw why Jewish people got power. They have unity code. They all wearing the same clothes, right? I'm talking about the women got on the same stockings, the shoes, the men got the same shoes, the same hat, that same black jacket, that white shirt. They own everything. So now they're not complaining and competing with each other over clothes. That's why they're so focused on business, because they got that out the way. You see a lot of men, white Jewish people, you see the family walking the street together. The mama with the stroller, the daddy might be pushing the stroller. You'll see father, mother, and child.
Right.
You feel me? And so when you see our side, you don't see family. You don't see the father, mother, and child situation. And so now we've been so taught to be individualized. You know, you'll have men telling their daughter, you know, I don't want you to need no nigga for this. You'll see mothers telling their daughter, you know, I don't want you to need no man for that. You know, I don't want you to depend, tell a young man, I don't want you to depend. No, the name of the game, let me tell you the name of the game. The name of the game is dependency. Power is in being able to be dependable. So now we all doing our own thing, which makes it easier for us to be destroyed, stepped on, eliminated, handled any old kind of way, because we not a fist moving through the world no more. We not like, so Martin Luther King and them and Malcolm X and them could call marches. They could get things done because things were more, at least the family was in order. So this is the crazy thing. Now we got more millionaires. We have we got fly condos, fly aerodynamic cars. We got iPhones. We got everything but a family.
That's right. That's crazy. That's crazy right there.
And so back then, they didn't have all the fly stuff, but they had family. Now, which one of them situations produce better people? Because let me tell you something. Two things that don't lie. That's mathematics and results.
That's right.
So women be like, yeah, you know, we the most educated in the world right now. The black woman is the most educated one. I'm like, oh, that's cool. That's real cute. Mwah, love it. Where is the family? Where's the family? You know, dudes can be getting money. Okay, cool. You get money. You rich. You're a millionaire. You get money. Where's the family? I'll wait. Wow. Okay, you're a superstar. You out here doing your thing. You got videos out. All of that. Okay, where's the family? We're not even being taught to be a family. So it's like, man, when I write music, my music is powerful because all of these kind of things be on my mind. These things are the premise and at the foundation of my soul and my spirit when I'm creating. So right now I'm working on a project called Come Back to Love. Why am I making a project called Come Back to Love? Because I understand that we have a problem in that area. So right now we have what we call the gender wars right now between the black woman and the black man, right? So I'm about to make projects that's gonna make you feel real crazy being alone out here. I'm talking about, boy, I'm about to put that love on y'all so crazy. You're gonna be like, God, I got to get somebody ASAP. The way I'm about to put love down. I'm about to put that love down. I promise you, you're not gonna want to be laid up by yourself. Promise you. Everything I
Yo,
love.
man, the thing that I noticed too, you have the voice. You know what I'm saying? Some people they have the voice and the look, or they'll just have the look without the voice, but you have both. And when you
Thank you, brother.
sing, it's really powerful. Your videos is on point. And then
Thank
let's talk
you,
about this cut a rug that you did. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the
brother.
popular joints that's been getting play. How'd you come about doing that, man?
Man, well, I'm from South Carolina, so right now it's like South Carolina is like the flagship of the wave for Southern soul music right now. So
Right,
King George, 803 Fresh, who made Boots on the Ground, all of us are from the area code 803. So it's
right,
like I was moving back down here from New York. What happened was I made my first Southern Soul project in Marcy Projects in New York.
right.
So I saw the wave going on. I'm like, man, I could do that. I'm from the country for real. So I
Hmm.
made it. And what happened was one of my partners in Orangeburg, South Carolina, named Crazy O'Billa, he
Hmm.
heard my project. He's like, man, I don't know what your ass doing up there in New York, but that project right there, boy, you need to get your ass home. So
Hmm.
he said, man, you can come stay with me, right? And he
Hmm.
like a legend in the street where I'm from and all of that,
Right.
right? He an artist, street guy, all of that. So he got his name hold a lot of respect. And so he's like,
Hmm.
man, you can come stay with me. So I was reluctant at first because I was kind of comfortable in doing my thing in New York. I was really not even really going hard with my music. I was just up there on a love vibe and, just living a regular life, taking a
Right.
break from it all for a minute
Yeah.
because, I was really going crazy in the streets with the music for years. So I just was it was like Superman being Clark Kent for a minute.
Right. I
So,
understand.
so when I
Right.
did my Southern Soul and I went back to South Carolina, bro, when I got to South Carolina, I wasn't home 4 hours and I had two songs on the radio trying to do right and blow my mind. And I wasn't home 4 hours. You can't go to New York and do that. You can't
That's
go to
true.
Atlanta and do that. And it was just
Yep.
like, as soon as I touched the land, it just started clicking. Pow! I just started doing shows. And so what happened was this 2023. So what
Right.
happened was one of my boy who I was down there staying with, one of his people got killed and they had this little gang thing going on. And I was like,
Mhm.
all right. So the Most High got me up out of there. I was like, I ain't come here for all that. I came here to lock in with the music. And I'm talking about, bro, if I had never left Orangeburg in 2026, I mean 23, the way I was moving, I really, really would have had that bag right now because I was moving at an alarming rate. Like I told you. I went
Right.
there. I'm talking about, bro. I was always going shows. It was just crazy. Like it was like I was in divine alignment. So I went back to New York, got out of alignment again, and started
Right.
working in a factory for the Jewish people at this Jewish meat packing factory. And
Mhm.
I got to a space where it was just like I had to abruptly come back down south. And
Mhm.
so what happened was me and my girlfriend at the time, we got in an argument and I
Mhm.
left. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what? It's time for me to go. You feel me?
Right.
And
Right.
so I was supposed to be at work that Sunday
Mhm.
at 2 o'clock, right?
Mhm.
And I left abruptly. I was just like, you know what? She was like, yo, you get out, boom, 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 all that, whatever, whatever. And like I said, I went up there on a love vibe. I ain't went up there because I was trying to pursue music and none of that. It was like I
Right.
met
I
a really
understand.
nice
Yeah.
woman, and she still is beautiful and a nice woman. But I went up there for that, and it was just like it was really God Almighty, like because He don't make no mistakes. He wanted me to get there so I could get back in alignment, bro. Listen to me. So I went and jumped on the China bus in Manhattan, right?
Wow. The China bus.
I,
Shout
I,
out
was,
China
I
bus.
wanted the China bus fare, right? So I went and
Right,
got on
right.
the China bus, and I arrived in Atlanta
Mhm.
at 10 o'clock in the morning. Sunday,
Mhm.
I left Saturday, right?
Mhm.
I promise you, the time I was supposed to be at work in New York at 2 o'clock, I was at a video shoot.
Wow.
No, you're not hearing me, bro. You're not hearing me.
I'm
I'm
hearing you. I'm
talking about,
hearing you.
bro, I was at a video shoot, bro. Listen, off the rip. It wasn't even on my schedule. I called one of my peers, like, yeah, man, what you doing? He's like, yo, man, I'm having a video room. Pull up. So I went to the video shoot. Me and my son went out there. My son got all in the video, the whole night. Matter of fact, it was my man Dave Tolliver from the old school R&B group Men at Large, who Gerald Levert signed.
Minute Large. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I went to Dave video, and they'll check this out. Then another one of my partners called me, and so by 7 o'clock that night, I'm at an award show. Now, take in mind, from 2 o'clock to 7, I would have still been at work in New York.
Right. Exactly.
You feel me?
I feel
So
you.
it's like, as soon as I got back, bro, every time I came back down south, it got popping immediately. That's when you know things are moving in divine alignment and where you're where you're supposed to be, because the flow is right there. It's right there. You get right locked on in the flow. And so it's like, it's just been going up, man. And so when I got down here, that's when I made Cut a Rug and all of that. And it just kept going up, going up, going up. And I'm just thankful right now, man. I'm thankful to be back home in my element. I kind of like, even though I know New York like the back of my hand, and I got love for New York, and New York is like another home for me. Spiritually, I was a fish out of water.
Right. Right.
Because it wasn't aligned with my divine purpose. You feel me? And so it's like I came back down here, man. It's like now I got management. I got new projects coming back out. I got my own studio again. I'm in my own zone. I got a condo in Buckhead now. You know what I'm saying? I'm just back all the way in my zone. You feel me? Yeah. So now it's like it's just rocket ship time now. You know what I mean? I'm not worrying about coming in the house and no woman telling me how she feel about, well, this, that, and the third. Like, I'm just, and nothing wrong with that. With a brother being in a situation and having a loving woman, this is that and the third, because when they get to love you, they be more nosy and they be more concerned about, well, where you was at 3 a.m. And sometimes it could be a thing, you at the studio, but she like, were you there at the studio for real? And it's like, right now, I ain't dealing with none of that. I'm just all the way with the top off. Bow! You feel what I'm saying? That way. The way it's supposed to be, for real. And so, and now I'm doing what I need to be doing. And when the Most High put a woman back in my alignment, it'll be just that. My alignment. You feel me? Because all men, really, man, for real, I love our women, but the big problem is that men shouldn't even have a woman unless you got a full vision for yourself and you got some shit going on. You ain't got some shit going on for real, you don't need no woman, because that's gonna hold you up. Unless she's so locked in with you that she's really helping to push you into your destiny. Now that's different. That's different. And I love that and respect that. It's just a lot of times, man, when you strive to handle business and get to big goals and accomplishing things, you don't have time for nobody and their emotions all the time. You got to get there.
Facts.
You trying to handle business. You feel me? So I'm all the way on my businesses like I suppose. Honestly, bro, I was dumb as hell living in New York, being Clark Kent for real. But the beauty of it is
learn. That's how you learn.
But the beauty of it is that Superman needed a rest.
Right. There you go.
You feel me?
Right.
I needed to get away. So now that I came back to the city, now that I'm back in Atlanta, it's all refreshing again. It's all new to me again. You feel me? And that's why I'm running and attacking it so aggressively. You feel me?
So when is your new project gonna come out? Do you know around what time this year, or?
It's going to be between now and spring.
Okay.
For real, I really want to go ahead and get this one off my chest. But in the meantime, I'm working Cut a Rug, and I want some more, which is more up-tempo, Southern Soul trail ride records that people can line dance, do all of that too. But right now, while we have some cold weather, I want to hit people with some slow music and show
Makes
another
sense.
side of myself and not let myself be put in a box because my talent is broad. And I know right now, like I said, you have to be really strategic with music now. Like, you know, it's not about just making music, it's about what kind of music are you making. So I sit down and look for where the gaps are. What are we missing? Then you take
Mm,
that, so if you're in the desert and people need water, the man with the water is the person gonna get rich.
that's right. That's right.
I know right now we need love.
Mm.
Love on the way. Love on the
Woo!
way,
That's what I'm
baby.
talking about. That's what I'm talking about, my dude. Yo, man, you
Yeah.
really had some insightful words, and I really like exactly what you were saying. And yo, I hope everybody gets to understand what he was trying to break down. Because right now, you was talking some real life shit, and I love that, man. Real
Respect.
life shit. You know what I
Respect.
mean? For
Respect.
real. So how can people listen to your music on all the platforms out there, just in case people never heard who you was? So break it
All
down to them.
right, most definitely tap in with me on all your streaming platforms. I am there. iTunes, Apple Music, Pandora, YouTube, everything. Go tap in. King Malachi, the Sheriff King Malachi. Tap in with me. Check this out, right? Because I told y'all that love is on the way, right? But I'm gonna let y'all hear a little piece a cappella of one of my classic records called Blowing My Mind, right?
Do
And
it.
it goes
Let's
something
do it.
like
I like acapella. Go ahead.
it goes something like this here. Bow, ba, bow, down, bow, bow, yeah. Bow, ba, bow, down, down. Ba, bow, down, bow, bow. Listen, you're blowing my mind, pretty lady. Make me feel good like a Friday. You open my heart to a newfound place. The place is called love. Yeah, yeah. Bam, 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 bam. Whoa, bam, 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 bam. On this one day, I met a girl named Honey. Ha. She took me by surprise with this little sleepy eyes. Yeah. I felt chills all over when she gave me a number. Now I'm thinking to myself that this might be the one blowing my mind. Pretty lady, you make me feel good.
Mm,
And Friday, you open my heart to a newfound place. The place is called love.
mm.
Tap in with me, man. For real, for
King
real.
Malachi. Woo!
It's good,
Yes.
baby.
Yo,
Tap in
man,
with
it's
me.
great to have. Yes.
Make sure that y'all go to follow me on Instagram at King Malachi 1. That's KingMalachi. Go do that right now, man. Tap in with me, lock in with me. You're gonna see shows I got going on. Matter of fact, I'm headlining City Winery. April 18th. The tickets will be available tomorrow. So go on citywineryatlanta.com and check me out. Pull up on me on the 18th of April if you're in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm performing for the city of Morrow, Georgia on the 28th for Black History Month down here in Georgia. I'm about to be moving around. I'm waiting on Nashville to call me right now for City Winery. I'm just out here moving, man. I want y'all to stay in touch with me, stay locked in with me. We line dancing, go see me dancing. I'm line dancing now for the first time too. So now you feel me? We about to take this to another level. Hey, check this out. Check this out. I'm gonna let them hear some of that color up. You ain't gotta have them, but if you got your boots on, you survive. Woo! Show enough. Yeah, you gotta walk it like you're talking. No standing on the wall, that ain't the vibe. No, turn up. Woo! Let me see you show out. Woo! Yeah, let me see you turn it out. That's the vibe. Yeah, let me see you show out. Woo! Yeah, let me see you turn it out. That's the vibe. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Whoa, turn it out. Side to side, formula. We about to cut her up. Whoa, we about to turn it out. Side to side, formula. We about to cut her up.
I'm talking about King Malachi.
Love
Yo,
y'all,
as I
man.
said, yo, thank you for coming on the show. I love
Respect.
you, man. Thanks for doing
Yeah.
what you do. Thanks for coming out. And
Yes,
like I
sir.
said, I'm going to interview you again sometime later on in the year, man, because I want to see how progress is, my dude.
Let's
All
do
right?
it. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Bless you.
Yes. So this is another episode of Connected Dots. I'm your host, Lou Icewater, aka Duquan Hicks, and my special guest, the Sheriff, King Malachi.
Love.
Peace.
Peace.
One.